no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why? Cause we gon' make them pay.
What is the deal? It is your boy, Mr. Marley Bets. And we are back with another NFL edition of Brothas N Bets. And when I'm talking NFL, y'all already know. I got the homie this way. Right there. That's LJ. LJ, what's going on? How you doing?
What's going on, Marley? What's going on? How we doing? Feeling this evening?
I'm good, brother. I'm good. Down there, right there, that's the homie Plus from No Cap. Get at us. Not too bad, man. We did all right last weekend. LJ went 4-5, Plus you went 3-3, and I went 6-3.
Hey.
So combined, I think that's 13-11. So that's we're 2 games over 500.
We'll take it. We'll take it.
Sound good.
We can do better though. We can do better, and we are going to do better. See, I already had it said. We can do better. Combined last week's record 13-11. So, anybody want to jump in before we jump into anything? Anybody got anything to say? Anything that stood out, or y'all just want to jump right on in and get it going?
Man, I mean, you know what? Last week was I don't know what I was thinking with the Patriots, guys. Like, let's just talk. Like, we could start there. We could start there. You know what it was? And like, I'm gonna leave it alone now because my big thing was, like the Texans ain't covering. Okay, those days are gone now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm sure we'll be talking about that this week. But I gotta start off by apologizing to the listeners. Like, the Patriots take is wild. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get any more wilder than that on this show, I'll say. You know, so, let me just take accountability. I'll start by there. You know, I was wrong. I was wrong, guys, all the way up here in Canada. You know what I'm saying? So,
all right, since we're doing that, then what was my bullshit play from
you? Yeah, right. Come clean. We'll call that the cup.
I took a bunch of my shit was the first half under the Patriots in Texas. Those both went over. I had the Tampa Bay first half. They had the lead, fucked it off at the first half and didn't cover. You know, they could have easily covered that first half, man. They were beating the shit out.
They were ahead the whole time.
Easily.
For real, bro. What else happened? What else did I have? I had Detroit first half cashed that. I think that was it. I just think them totals. Like, if I take a side, I'm gonna stay off the total. If I take a total, I'm gonna stay off the side. Right. I think that's gonna be my new. This will be my new thing, man. You know, it's always got to revise things as we go. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Yeah, some of them angles that you love, like they might not always be there for you in the long run, right? You got to know when it's time to cut it.
Exactly. I would say Steelers was my pick. I mean, I hit the -3, but I took the under. But I mean, I think I was on track, man. I didn't think the Raiders would give up 20 points in the second half. So.
I mean, 6-3. Now, at this point, you're just bragging, bro. You know what I mean? Let us get our redemption on, my guy.
I wasn't. I'm trying to find the game that
He's like, man, I just couldn't miss last week. I don't really know.
LJ said that, so I didn't want to say the same shit.
Right.
Let's just move on.
Yeah. We came to work. We came to work today, man.
Let's get it.
Let's just move on. Let me see. I can't remember which one of y'all sent me this game, honestly, but this is where we gonna start at for today. We're gonna start in hot Atlanta. Seahawks, they're going on the road. That was a terrible display by Geno last Thursday. I ain't gonna say terrible. I mean, shit. And can we please target Metcalf just a little bit more? I mean, why are we not targeting? I need to look at his targets, but I don't think he's getting the ball. I watched that Thursday night game. I feel like he's not getting the ball. He's not getting no targets. But all right, my bad. Quick rant. Seattle, they're going on the road to take on Atlanta Falcons. Atlanta's looking not too bad. They're 4-2. Seattle is 3-3. The line is at a good solid 3, and the total is The total's at 51.5. I'm gonna do the injury report real quick. Like, I don't know if everybody up on it, but for the Falcons. We'll start with Tariq Woolen, the cornerback. He's questionable. He has an ankle injury. And Byron Murphy, defensive tackle, he's also questionable with a hamstring. Everybody else has been out there on IR. That's for Seattle, excuse me.
For Atlanta, Justin Simmons, he left last game. He's still questionable with a hamstring, and that's it for Atlanta. Everybody else has been on the IR or is on IR and ain't returning anytime soon. Couple actual factuals before I kick it over. Seattle, man, they're 1-6 ATS in their last 8 games, 1-5 ATS in the last 6 games, and 1-4 ATS in the last 5 games against an opponent from the NFC conference. Their totals kind of up and down, over in 5 of the last 6, but under in 7 of the last 10 road games, but over in 5 of the last 7 against Atlanta on the road. Atlanta, they're 7-13 ATS in their last 20, but 4-1 straight up in the last 5. Their totals have gone over in 5 of the last 6, over in 5 of the last 7 against at home against Seattle. Just said that, and then over in 5 of the last 6 games against an opponent from the NFC. LJ, I think you sent me this one, so we're gonna start over there. If you didn't send it to me, we're gonna start over there anyway. So, do you have anything on this game if you didn't send it to me? And if you did, shit, what you got?
I don't have nothing initially in this game, but I would. You could sway me to the team total over with the Falcons.
Do you have that line? Do I need to pull it up? Let me pull up the line.
I don't have the team totals up yet. You know.
Go ahead. I'll see what I got. Go ahead.
Yeah, the Falcons' offense has been rolling the last 3 games, man. Averaging 33 points the last 3, 18 points in the last 3 in the first half. You know, they're averaging 368 total yards, but the last 3 they're averaging 457. So Kirk Cousins has been slinging the ball, man, and they're averaging 6 yards per play the last 5, rushing 113. So they've been moving the ball, but they're still at the bottom end. Time of possession simply because their offense stalls, and they're averaging 4 field goal attempts a game, which is number 1 in the last 3. So they're attempting points, but it just depends on if they can get field goals because they're not scoring a lot of touchdowns. 10 of 22 in the red zone so far. So, you know, even though they are putting up yards, it's hard for them to convert those into points a lot of times. But they've scored in 14 straight quarters. So, like I mentioned, I would take a team total over. Simply because, guys, Seattle's defense is just horrible, man. 25 points allowed. They're averaging 35 points in the last 3 games allowed. 430 total yards allowed in their last 3 games. Not to mention, running 144 rushing yards allowed, 173 in their last 3. So their defense is being shattered right now. And if the Falcons can establish a run game, which they do average 113 rushing yards, they should be able to gash Seattle, man, you know, and take this game, you know, for the most part. Seattle's only averaging 6 points in the first half in their last 3. Atlanta's averaging 18. So if you want to take Atlanta early, wouldn't be mad at you at that one either. But I think Atlanta's going to score just because Seattle's defense is vulnerable right now. The only way Seattle's going to be able to score, in my opinion, is the field goal kicker. Because Atlanta has allowed over 1.5 field goals 5 out of their 6 games so far played. So Jason Myers for the Seattle, you can take his field goals. But other than that, Falcons team total over, man. Their offense is humming right now. And I trust them to put up points more than I can do Seattle. So, and Seattle has to travel, like we've always mentioned, the West Coast, going to the East time zone, early start. You know what I'm saying? So I just look at all that favoring the Falcons. So I lean Falcons team total over.
Is that a lean or a play?
It's a lean because we don't have the play out yet. If it was out, I could.
Oh, right. I don't have it either. Correct. Got you. Plus, what you got?
Yeah, this is the one that I sent to you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's really all about fading Seattle right now. You know what I'm saying? Give me them Dirty Birds at 3. Like, I think this might be easy money unless you guys are, you know, I do this to you guys all the time. Unless you guys could tell me why this line is even at 3 in the first place. Yeah. Because there's one team that's like electric right now, and there's another team that's going in the opposite direction. You know, I'm looking at Atlanta 4-2. This could be their 3rd straight win at home, right? Because they lost that season opener to the Steelers, which could have went either way. You know, I watched that game, and I was actually quite surprised that the Steelers took it in the end. I was a little nervous at first because there's a look ahead. Next week, it's the rematch of what I thought was the game of the year, where Kirk Cousins put up 500. Baker was watching the Tyson videos. Like, that was an awesome Thursday night game. So that's next week. So I was a little concerned that, like, maybe they might be looking too far ahead. But like I said, they're going for 3. This is probably the worst place any NFL team could play right now. Atlanta at home. They've been fiending for this. They won 3 straight divisional games. They're atop the NFC South. Like, the hype over there is crazy. I would not want to be in that stadium, and I don't care whose lineup I got with me. So yeah, give me the NFC South champs. You said a few things, dude. I didn't like that you said 7-20 in their last whatever about Atlanta. I'm like, dude, that's dating back to goddamn Matt Ryan days and shit. Stop playing. But what you did say, I like that was 4-1 in their last 5 ATS. I love that. LJ brought up the time zone difference, and since 2021, straight up, the Seahawks are 2-7 with the rest. So that's something to factor in. And 1-6 straight up as a away dog dating back to last year. So when I see a number like 3, not even a hook on it, I got to go with Atlanta. I don't understand why it's so short. Maybe you guys can give me some insight.
No, I was kind of wondering the same thing myself. Because these definitely, if there were a neutral field, I don't think this is an even game. Like, I don't think this is a pick 'em. If we're on a neutral field. So I guess the 3 is because Atlanta's at home. They say home is worth 3 points, right?
Right. But like, who has that? Like you said, they're 3-3. Who have they beat? Like, I think they beat Miami with no.
You talking about Seattle?
Yeah.
You talking about
Seattle?
The Patriots.
Right,
Miami, they beat Miami. And they beat the first Denver. They beat Bo Nix.
Oh, come on, man. Yeah. What are we talking about? Like that? Yeah, they might as well be.
I agree.
Whatever.
Kirk Cousins is definitely a better quarterback than what they played so far. Easily.
I agree. I'm right there with you, bro. Cousins, 9 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. That's a bit high, but considering coming off the injury, being with a new team. Took a couple of weeks to gel. It looked like the last couple of weeks the offense really has been hitting. Even going to the Baker Mayfield game, really actually going to the the Philadelphia game when he let the fourth quarter come back. In that game, and I was on the other side of that game. So yeah, I'm right there with you. I watched that Geno Smith that Seattle game Thursday night, and just didn't feel good about everything I saw from Geno. He's so up and down, and he's thrown 6 interceptions, I believe. Damn. And that's that. Kirk Cousins has thrown 5, so I don't want to be like, oh, that's way too many. And Kirk Cousins just bigged up Kirk Cousins, and he's thrown 5. But at least Kurt's almost at double-digit touchdowns. Geno only has 6, and to me, it seems like when things go downhill for Geno, or at least Seattle and that team, they don't got nobody to just like stop the bleeding. It seems like it just keeps going. I think I was on live on Jimmy's show, and he threw that first pick, and we were all talking in the chat. There was I forgot the odds, but we were all like, I can't remember if it was plus money or not, but the odds of him throwing another pick, and everybody was like, take it. You know what I mean? And sure enough, it fucking cashed. It's like, I just don't trust him, bro. He's like an average at best quarterback to me. And I'm not high on Kirk Cousins, but I think Kirk Cousins is way better than Geno. I like London. I like the weapons outside. They don't use Pitts enough. They don't run the ball enough. That's really my problem with taking them on a consistent basis. Especially when you got Bijan Robinson and Algier from BYU. Like, you got 2 more than capable running backs. Yeah. Like, let's take some pressure off the passing game and like run the ball and then play action pass over. But I'm sure I'm not the first person to think of that. But anyway, man, it's time to not be so long with it though. I'm right there with you. Plus, I don't like the 3, but I can do a field goal at the crib against this Seattle team. I feel like Seattle's going to be desperate coming off that loss. They're at 3-3, so you might get a little scrappy bunch. But I just don't think it'll be enough.
And they lost 3 in a row, right? Like it's 3.
That's what scares me. Yeah, it's 3 losses in a row. Shit like that scares me. It's like NFL team. How often are they going to lose 4 or 5 games in a row? But you look at all the losses, they were all by 10 points. Well, the Giants was by 9. The rest of them are 10 plus. See, San Fran was 12. Detroit killed them like 13. So, and Atlanta's on a 3-game win streak. So hopefully they're not too smelling their own shit so much and just come out and play a solid game, then I think we're good. I think we're good. I'm with you, Plus. I'm riding with you. Let's go here. Tennessee Titans. Is Levis still quarterback for them? I'm not gonna lie. I think LJ seen this game.
No, I didn't send you that game.
I don't think any of us did, bro.
No, I didn't
Nobody
see that
sent me
game.
this game. Why did I put this game on here?
I don't know why you put it on there.
You were trying to get me caught up, dog. Yeah, like, I'm good on my 3-3 from last week. Don't even bring them Titans in there.
Right,
that was another one that
go.
was my bad though. Last week I said I didn't believe in Flacco.
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I told you.
I think I was feeling like AR was gonna come back. And like he had the hip thing, so I was like, I'm good either way. Like Flacco's not gonna do this 3 weeks in a row, and if they put this kid in, he's gonna be nervous and shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Flacco got him.
Yeah, I mean, I saw it last year when Flacco was at Cleveland, so I don't need to see no more. I mean, like I don't think he can do it for an entire season, but provide a little spark, come off and win you 4 or 5 games. Yeah, Flacco can do that still. At least that's what he's shown us, that's what he's shown the ability to do. So let's go here, y'all. Panthers, They're going on the road. Talk about another old quarterback. Andy Dalton is still the starter quarterback for Carolina. The Red Rifle, Texas own. What is he, Katie? Is he Katie? LJ?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Katie, right up the street. 45 minutes away. Up the block. He's going on the road to DC. He's not going to Katy. On the road to DC to take on the young stud Jaden Daniels out there shining. My fantasy quarterback calls. Killing for me right now. -8. The total is at 52. And let me check this injury report real quick. I got for Carolina, Jadeveon Clowney. Questionable. He has a shoulder injury. Taylor Martin, he's questionable tackle. He has an elbow injury. Josie Jewell, linebacker, he's questionable. He has a hamstring injury. The tight end, Tommy Tremble, he's questionable with a concussion. And Andrew Ram, the center, he's questionable with the concussion. That's for the Carolina side of things. On the Commanders, we got Dorrance Armstrong. He left last game. He's questionable with some rib injury. Brian Robertson, he didn't play the running back last week. He's questionable with a knee injury. Jordan McGee, linebackers, questionable knee injury. And Tyler Owens, the safety, is also questionable with a knee injury. Couple actual factuals. Carolina, they're 1-7 ATS in the last 8, 1-8 straight up in the last 9. 1-11 straight up in the last 12 games on the road. Totals have gone over in 5 of their last 6. On the Washington side of things, they're 4-0-1 ATS in their last 5 games. That should be 4-1-1 ATS in their last 5 games. 4-1 straight up in the last 5 games. The total has gone over in 6 of their last 7 games. Washington been getting us paid, man. If you've been riding,
Yes,
I'll keep it short and sweet. I'm on the Commanders here. I'm on the -8. Their defense is terrible. Probably should be on the over here as well. 52 though, I think is kind of high, but man, Washington defense is so bad that you're probably going to get. I know the Panthers can probably give you 20. And Washington definitely can give you 30. I'm going to look at the team total, too. We don't have the lines for that yet. I'm talking about both team totals. I don't know. I'm looking at Washington, but the Panthers team total might be a good spot, honestly, because Washington defense, I'm telling you, is terrible. Let me pull up my numbers here for set defense, because it is not. If they had and it's amazing that they're 4-2 with that defense, but they ain't really played nobody neither. Defensively, though, they are giving up 23 points a game. They're allowing almost 200 yards passing, and they're allowing over 130 yards or about 130 yards rushing. So, and they're all ranked in the bottom. The passing is the middle of the pack. They're at 12. But
Points allowed, they're at 20th. Rushing yards, 20th. I mean, obviously the offense is saving the day. I just as bad as I'm talking about Washington's defense, Carolina's offense is just as bad. They're 29th in points scored, 26th in passing yards, 19th in rushing. I guess that's like somewhat decent. And the defense is just as bad on the other side. So I mean, on the Carolina defense is just as bad. Washington, Jaden Daniels is going to have a fucking field day. They're giving up over 30 points a game. So Washington, I'm going to be on the team total, and I'm going to be on the -8 here. LJ, got anything on this one?
Yes, sir. I sent you this game. So yeah, I'm all in this game. Washington has been getting us paid. Their offense is just spectacular right now, man. 30+ points, 3 out of the last 4 games.
Yeah.
17 points last 3 games in the first half. Not to mention, guys, Washington has scored 23 out of the last 24 straight quarters. Either a field goal or a touchdown.
Wow.
They haven't scored only 2 quarters all season. The very first quarter versus in the first game, they didn't score, and there was another quarter they didn't score in their last game, I think. But other than that, 23 out of 24 straight quarters they have scored. The run game is excellent too, man. Averaging 161 yards in the last 3 games. They did have 52 the last game, but that was against the Ravens defense. They don't give up the rush. And they didn't have Brian Robinson. Yeah. They need him in that lineup. He returns this week. I'm hoping he returns. I'm going to be heavy on him because Carolina's rush defense is ranked 30th in the NFL. You can run on them. So as long as Washington established the run game, play in the trenches, they should take care of business easily in this game, bro, because Carolina's defense is horrible. They've allowed 34 points, 4 out of their last 6 games. And passing yards, they've allowed an average of 250 passing yards in the last 3 games. And also, they've allowed an average of 26.5 points versus the NFC in their last 10 games going back to last year. So,
I'm sorry, LJ, I need to cut you off. Those are excellent stats, by the way. I think I'm going to take the first half as well.
No, I was just going to say that. I was going to say, Marley, get your fingers ready because I am on the team total.
I'm ready.
Get your fingers ready, bro.
Sounds like we got another sermon this week. I didn't grab my Bible. Let's get it.
Washington is coming off a loss too.
Hold on. Okay. Give me 2 seconds because I need to know the line first because I'm gonna have to write. It sounds like I'm gonna have to type a bunch of shit.
Yeah, I got 3 plays in this game for sure.
Okay, I got you. What's the first half line, real quick?
First half -4.5.
4.5. Yeah. I have to go write that down for myself. Yeah. -4.5. All right, I'm done with the game, and then LJ. All right, let's go.
First half -4.5.
Landers, first half.
Got you. Go ahead. List them all.
And I'm on the over 51.5. Both these teams have combined to the over 10-2 so far in the year. And we just said that Carolina gives up points. Washington defense gives up points. So I'm on the over. And I'm also going to be on the team total. Once we get that information in, I'm going to be on their team total. It's probably going to be at 28.5 because they're averaging 30. You know what I'm saying? So they're going to put it at 28.5, 29.5. They're going to probably make you get 30. And I think they can get 30. You know what I'm saying? Their offense is explosive enough to get 30. So, especially on Carolina. Not to mention, I forgot about this stat with Carolina. They're only averaging 17 points on the season. They're 6-16-1 against the spread in their last 23 games. This is the reason why we're taking the first half, Marley. Carolina has been outscored in the second quarter, 76-27 if you take out the Raider game. 1-5 against the spread in their last 6 games in the first half. So you take advantage of Carolina in the first half, especially in the second quarter. Mm-hmm. So if you want to take the second quarter, just a bet on Sunday by itself with Washington, I agree with that. But first half for sure, I'm going to put heavy money on that, and I'm on the over 51.5 and the team total. Those are my 3 plays.
So one more thing I want to throw out there before I give it to Plus. Outside, I can't even say that. Actually, Carolina's last 5 games, they lost by more than 10 points, or at least 10 points, I should say. Mm-hmm. In the last 5 games. And it's not like they played a bunch of top-heavy teams. We're talking Atlanta, Chicago, Cincinnati, Las Vegas, and Detroit. They actually beat Vegas, the Raiders. So 1 out of their last 5 games,
That was the first game Andy Dalton came back.
Right, and it was the Raiders. The Raiders Pittsburgh scored 30 points, and Justin Fields didn't throw a touchdown that game, and they still somehow scored 30 points. So, it's
heavy on Washington, man. Heavy on Washington.
Heavy on Washington. All right, plus, pause everything I'm about to say. Are you jumping on this Commanders train?
Yeah, that was just the overarching umbrella pause right there. Nah, man, I never jumped on no train with a bunch of men on it, so I'm going the other way. It is, yeah. I like my picks like I like my girls. They go both ways, you know what I'm saying? We're going to go Carolina Panthers just to cover the 8 because you know what? I heard the sermon and everything about that was real. I just had to make sure that there was some opportunity to sneak through the back. You know what I'm saying?
They could.
When I look at this, it's just kind of like this is the pick, and there's one of them every week that nobody wants to touch that. Like you would not, in your right mind, would you take the Panthers plus 8?
Plus, they lost 38-20 to Atlanta, 36-10 in Chicago, 34-24, still 10 points to Cincinnati, and 26-3 to the Chargers.
Okay.
Their
Now
only win is against the Raiders.
There's another way to look at this. They put up 20 against a hot Atlanta team. They were never going to win that game in Chicago. Chicago at Soldier Field, that is a spot to play right now, by the way. So when you catch them at home, make sure, because they ain't losing at home. They haven't lost at home since like week 6 of last season.
Yeah.
So there was no way Carolina was going to go in and do that with the whole Andy Dalton returns. They wanted to smack that guy up, so they didn't have a single chance in that game. And then to come to think about it, Cincinnati is not what their record looks like. So to put up 24 against them, I got to say it's still pretty good.
Cincinnati's defense is terrible.
Fair. I'm going to give you that, right? So, okay, they put up
but
they put up 20 points. They put up 20 points twice, right? And all we want to do is just stay within a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So, I got 6.5, I got 7, I got 7.5. So, you're going to get it all the way up to 8. It's giving me a lot of cushion right now. And I could see this first half just looking very strong and overwhelming. But at some point, you just kind of sit back. This is not really a mature team here. This is a team that we kind of got hyped. Like you guys said, they're paying. Why are they paying? Because nobody was paying attention to them. I think like the jig is up because now if you want the Commanders, you got to pay a premium. That's something that I'm not willing to do. This line really should have been like 6.5, 7.5. And if you look at the Panthers' whole season this year, they're not favored by more than a touchdown. They go up against Kansas City. Like this is the biggest dog you're gonna get for them all season. So just the fact that nobody wants to bet them, it makes me want to say Carolina. And then obviously I feel like people have gotten enough money on the Commanders. Now they're charging you a premium. I'm going the other way because I think a lot of people are just gonna pump them. Panthers plus 8. Let's get it.
Plus is on the Panthers plus 8. That's wild. Good luck.
Hey, I didn't take the full game either. I'm just taking the first half.
Yeah,
I was listening, and I was like, you know what? He's not touching. He's got 3 plays. He ain't touching one thing.
They got to score. They have to cover. They got to score 24 probably.
And I was going to say, when it's 31-17 and there's 3 minutes left and nobody gives a shit, that's when we cash out on the Panthers. Right then and there, dude. They're driving down the field and that touchdown means...
Who Andy Dalton throwing the ball to?
That's a good-ass question.
No, you don't have to answer. That's I got the answer right now. You don't have to answer.
That was the answer right there, right?
Yeah, that was the answer. As we move on. Let's see what we got here. Man, this is, I think,
this is gonna be a game right here.
Oh yeah,
let's watch TV right here. I'm excited to watch this game. We are talking about the Detroit Lions going on the road to take on get my notes and shit up. Why does this host say Vikings and Rams? That's insane.
I got Lions and Vikings on the screen.
I know. I'm talking about on my screen. And I don't know on my injury report and my actual factual was like, I don't know if this is. I don't know why I'm saying this. So no actual factuals and shit. At least not for the Lions. I can do it without that. That's fine. All right. We're talking about the Detroit Lions coming off that ass whipping that they gave the Cowboys on Sunday. They're going on the road, division game, undefeated Minnesota Vikings. The line is at -2. The total is at 50. And what little injury report that I have, Brian Branch, the safety for the Lions, is questionable. Carlton Davis, the third, he's also questionable, cornerback. And Dan Skipper, OT, is questionable as well. For the Vikings, I got Harrison Phillips, questionable. Pat Jones, linebacker, questionable. Akabe Evans is questionable. And Aaron Jones is questionable as well. Don't have the actual factual, so we're just gonna talk about it. Detroit, man. Goff, obviously. I think I had his record last week. I forgot. I gotta scroll back to my last week's notes. He's like 27-8, something stupid. Playing in the dome, and when he has protection, I said this last week too. When he has protection, a clean pocket, he is probably a top 5 quarterback. It's only which I mean, obviously every quarterback, you can say that about probably a lot of quarterbacks. 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, over 1,300 yards. His QBR is not the best, actually, 49.1. Throwing for 1,300 yards. On the other side, obviously, the question is, can Sam Darnold keep this shit up? Throwing for over 1,100 yards, 11 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Plus, I've been going to LJ all the time first. What you got?
Well, this was one of those games where I think I was so personally invested because I used to like the Vikings when they had Kirk Cousins. I'm a big Kirk Cousins fan, so I was riding with him.
That you're a big Kirk Cousins fan.
Massive Kirk Cousins fan, man.
That's
what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know, man. If you've been to Canada, you know a couple dudes like Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? They might have stuck up for you or something in a store. They're like, hey, he didn't steal that. You know what I'm saying?
I've never heard nobody say, I'm a big Kirk Cousins. That's why I was saying this. I mean, it's cool. There's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I just never heard it. That's all.
I mean, honestly, like, I feel like I've watched this game. I'll say this about the Minnesota Vikings. I've watched this movie over and over and over again. They have incredible seasons, and then they do something wild at home that is just wild, disappointing, and heartbreaking. They're coming off a bye, I think. Is that right?
Yep.
I feel like the rest might not serve them, especially when you got Detroit coming in there looking like a bully in the entire league. But I will say this. It looks like it's a Minnesota move, a lean for me. I didn't really have anything on this. I actually wanted to hear what you guys had to say and then, maybe make my judgment from there. But I'm going to lean Minnesota because I think they cannot keep disappointing that home field. You know what I'm saying? And they've had the time to play. And then there might be a little bit of overreaction. It wasn't necessarily that the Lions aren't great because they look amazing this year. But you guys know how I feel about who they beat. You know what I'm saying? Dak sucks, bro. Dak sucks.
I'm going to make that a T-shirt. Hey, I'm going to make that a T-shirt, bro.
Come on, man. Send one up here to Canada,
for real,
bro. I will wear it proudly. Like, Dak sucks, bro. So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I think it might be a little bit of an overreaction to that as well. But, yeah, it looks like I'm going to take the Vikings just to support their home fans. They need this one, you know what I'm saying, for the division.
LJ?
Man, This game right here, bro, is going to be excellent, man. And it comes down which quarterback performs the best to me, bro. Jared Goff or Sam Darnold, because both rush defenses are solid. You know what I'm saying? Detroit's only allowing 83 yards. Vikings only allowing 67. But the pass defenses, both of them are ranked at the bottom. You know, Vikings giving up 263. Detroit's giving up 246. So which quarterback performs the best is who's going to win this game. Now, I'm kind of leaning with plus, man, just because you know the philosophy, Marley. If you haven't lost already, why are we picking you to lose now? You get what I'm saying? So until you show us you lost, I'm just going to have to trust that you're going to keep winning, man. So the fact that they're at home, the fact that the defense is solid, man. I mean, Flowers got that defense on the Vikings playing solid. 13 takeaways, 48 quarterback hits, and the defense has allowed 17 points or less 4 out of the last 5 games. So I believe this defense can slow Jared Goff down just a little bit, but he has more of the weapons on his side opposed to what the Vikings have on their side. So I'm still torn, man. I want to lean the Vikings, and I might just take them on the money line. Minus 130 is what I see right now. Actually, yeah. Go on and lock it in for me, Marley. Money line Vikings minus 130. Just because they're at home. And another interesting tidbit. Detroit beat them both games last year. And I know the Vikings know that. And coming off a bye, I'm pretty sure they're going to show us something that they've been working on that they haven't shown us yet. And this is a divisional game. They do know that the Detroit is probably favored to win this division. So I think the Vikings are going to have a little bit of pride coming to this game. It's going to be close, in my opinion. I don't see a blowout because both teams can put up points. But I just think Flores' defense is going to make the right play at the right time and probably prevail Minnesota to victory.
I know I said lean. Yeah, I'm locking it in too. I'm right behind you, man. I'm right behind you.
I think that's how the game is gonna play out. Not to mention, man, both these division is nice against the spread. Y'all do know that the NFC North is 18-4 against the spread versus the NFL. So all these teams are good in this division, but I think these are the 2 best teams right now as we speak. Detroit and the Vikings right now in this division. Green Bay slightly behind them. Bears are catching up with a rookie quarterback. But right now, I think these are the best 2 teams in this division. And the fact that the Vikings are at home, they're coming off a bye, and they've already lost twice to the Detroit last year, I'm going to trust they're going to keep the winning streak.
At home, one of those losses at home. Like I said, they've always disappointed those fans. They got a big rest. So I was going to ask you a question, LJ. You think Goff has more weapons than Bradford right now?
Yes. I mean, the Vikings got Darnold. I'm talking about
Darnold.
Vikings.
Sorry, Darnold.
Yeah, because his running back is hurt now, Aaron Jones. He has Jefferson. He has Addison. Who else is he going to depend on when Detroit has 3 receivers that can get you 100+ yards? Okay. And you got 2 running backs that can get you 100+ yards. Right. I think Detroit has way more weapons than the Vikings.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with the weapons part. Definitely. Better weapons offensively because he just has more. Who's the third receiver? I got St. Almond Brown Raw. I got Williams.
Jameis Williams. Third receiver is no, it's not. It's Patrick. Came from Denver. Patrick. He's the third receiver, and you got Laporta. You know what I'm saying? So
Porter at tight end, right? But you said receivers, but you got Laporta at tight end.
He got 3.
I agree. Well, I agree with 2 in Laporta, and then I agree with the backs, bro. Montgomery and Gibbs. That's a hell of a thunder, lightning, or 1-2 combination, whatever you want to put on it. Offensively. And before you said locking in, I already had it in my mind. I mean, I knew I capped this game because I was excited when I saw it, but I'm on the Vikings money line as well. I think we'll get a better line come Sunday because I think we're going to get a lot of. Did you see the lines last week and how they looked from the public and all that shit? And like Plus said, the Cowboys suck, man. Like, I'm not going to get overhyped about blowing out the Cowboys. Like, they can't stop the run. You got 2 fantastic fucking running backs. What did I think was going to happen? If I'm not mistaken, me and LJ was on the first half and the full game.
So,
Should have been on team total.
Yeah, should have been on every
Shit.
I should have put more money than I put on the fucking game as well. I should have just emptied out the fucking account because we called it. And it was easy to see. So I'm not gonna get overhyped, but I will say this. That was a game that the Lions had circled on their fucking schedule based off what happened last year and the whole tight end tackle eligible shit. Like they got up for that game. And now we're going to expect them to get up again and go on the road in the division against, LJ said this earlier, Flowers has that defense humming right now. They're only giving up 15 points a game. He's right. They suck at defending the pass for whatever reason. I don't know. They're giving up over 250 yards.
I mean, if you stop in the run, that's all the quarterback can do is pass. So he's going to get yards.
I was going to say that. Yeah. A lot of the game, they're up, and a lot of people are playing from behind, and they're shutting down the run, so they're forcing a lot throw. But still, they're giving up over 250. It's still a lot. So, do they stop the Lions' run game? No, I don't think they stop it, but I don't think it's as successful as it has been late. And Goff, for all the praise that we give him, he really hasn't been playing that well. We kind of going off a lot of last year. I mean, he's thrown 4 interceptions to only 8 touchdowns. And again, I just feel like, what's the coach name for Detroit? Dan Campbell. Dan Campbell, he'll do some shit to blow a game. You know what I'm saying? He's risky. This is going to be one of those close games where, you know, he might go for it on 4th and 2 backed up at their own 30. You know what I mean? He might give us a touchdown. He might take away a field goal for you going for it when they should just take the 3.
Right.
So I just think, and I didn't even say this, but I think it got brought up earlier. Minnesota's coming off a bye, guys. They're rested. They've game planned for this is division game. This game is not under the radar. They're not overlooking the Lions. Like, this is an important game, and they lost both games last year to this team. So, like, this is a get back game. I'm on Minnesota. LJ, I'm also on the under because both these defenses have been playing good. If I look at Detroit, they're only allowing 20 points a game. Minnesota's allowing 15 points a game. Both are allowed under 100 yards rushing. Now, they both is not doing too well with the pass, but this is a division game. They both know each other. I think we're not going to get 50 points. That's high for a tough divisional game. It's going to be a lot of hitting. It's going to be really intense. I think we get a lower scoring game than a 50. So I'm on Minnesota for the money line. I'm also on a 50. I'm going to believe in Flores in that defense. And like LJ said, shit, if you haven't lost, I'm not going to bet on you to lose. Once they lose, we can talk about betting Minnesota.
And your favorite for a reason.
Before we move on real quick, like, I don't bet on dues though. You know what I mean? Like, oh, they're due a loss, or they're due a win. I don't bet on dues because, like, if you're due something, that means you haven't been doing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And it ain't been done yet.
Why am I going to bet on you to do something you haven't been doing? Until they start losing, I'm not betting on them to lose, and I'm not getting enough points. I mean, under a field goal. Yeah. If it was a field goal, 3.5, I might take the points. But under a field goal, no, I'll take my chances. I'll money line it at the crib. With coming off a bye, I find it hard for them to get up. I just don't know if they're going to get up again. You know what I mean? Like, it's only so much adrenaline, and you're not at home again. This is back-to-back road games that you got to get up for. So that's tough on anybody. So give me the Vikings, man. Give me the under. I'm excited to watch this fucking game. I'm not gonna lie. What we got? 2 games left. I did so much talking on that. I didn't even set up the other game yet, but I don't think I need to set up too much of it. I don't know if anybody sent me this game, but I wanted to do this game anyway. I mean, did one of y'all send me this game?
I sent it.
Okay. I mean, I felt like we should do this game regardless. Like,
It's San Fran and KC.
so let's talk about it. Kansas City, Mahomes and them boys, the champs, looking for their third straight looking good right now. One of the undefeated teams right here, going on the road to take on San Fran.
Actually, I forgot Super Bowl rematch, right?
Mhm.
San Fran not looking San Franish though,
In my opinion. Let's talk about it.
though. Let's talk about it. The line is at San Fran -1. The total is at 47. Let's look at this injury report real quick. Like KC, Michael Dana is questionable, pictorial, and everybody else that's been Kai Edwards-Helaire has been upgraded to probable. He was dealing with the illness. San Fran. Let's see. Travarius Ward, cornerback, questionable, knee injury. Matthew Wright, the kicker, questionable, shoulder injury. Then you better kick. You got a shoulder. You got a kicker, bro. You better kick the ball. The shoulder injury. That's insane.
Yeah,
Demetrius Fowles, questionable, my bad. Linebacker, calf injury. Jordan Elliott, defensive tackle, questionable with a knee injury. Jordan Mason, running back, questionable. They need him because we don't know what's going on with McCaffrey. I like Jordan Mason. Oh, the other dude ran pretty good last week. Anyway, my bad. Questionable. He has a shoulder injury. Moody's out indefinitely. He's been out. And Malik Mustafa, he's questionable to safety with a ankle injury. Excuse me. Plus, let's start over there. Oh, you know what, man? Actual factuals real quick. Do we need to go over there? Do we need to go over there? Do y'all care about that shit? Actual facts?
Nah.
No. Yeah, let's go. Plus, take it away, man. What you got? KC
On the road plus a point in San Fran.
Yeah, like I just got into my little Amazon Prime account, and I've been watching Yellowstone. I don't know if you guys took that one in, but I like country music. That's another story for another time. But
That's wild too.
Oh yeah, like I'm heavy on the country.
I can dig country though. That's not wild.
Yeah, it's just great songs. You know what I'm saying? Nobody talking about no ops, whatever. Anyway, I just wanted to say, like, there's some great acting on this show, Yellowstone. And I thought to myself, I said, who are the writers of this show? Because maybe they're the same writers that write for the Kansas City Chiefs. So that's my lock, the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm not going to go against the script. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to stick to the script. The NFL wants a three-peat. I know the Niners fans want to win. I do not understand how they could be a favorite in this situation, but okay. This is just too easy for me. I think I got to get this probably tonight while it's still -1, because I could totally see by Sunday coming it being at least a pick 'em or going the other way. So I want to get in on this now. I think I don't know how far this goes back, but basically the Niners are like 5-8 as a home favorite. That could go back to last season against the spread. And then like you guys got to tell me, can we look at the record right now? The San Francisco Niners, like who they beat this year?
Patriots, Cardinals.
Here we go. Bum. Yeah, like
Seahawks.
Oh, okay. So you might as well be 0-6. You know what I'm saying? You got to go back to 2014 to find a time when the Niners covered against the Chiefs, period. And you got the script writers. No long talking on this one. Joe Montana ain't coming through that door. Steve Young ain't coming through that door. It is the Kansas City Chiefs and the script writers and the refs and everybody in the whole world and Taylor Swift. Lock it up, +1.
Yes, sir.
All right, LJ.
Hey, I'm right there in the passenger seat, bro. You could give me +1 and you can give me the money line +100. Because all I gotta say is Patrick Mahomes as a dog
Come on.
bye. Nah, bro, sign me up, bro. Patrick Mahomes all day. I ain't got nothing else to say, for real. I mean, he's the GOAT, bro. And the fact that their defense is only allowing 13 points their last 3 games, 251 total yards their last 3 games, 61 rushing yards in their last 3 games. Not to mention the 49ers are probably down to their third string running back. So Kansas City's going to say, hey, Brock Purdy, beat us. Show us you can beat us. And I don't think he can beat them, bro. So I'm on Kansas City, Martin. +1, money line, +100. Lock it in.
Yeah, man. Shit, lock me down too for the same. I mean, and to me, the difference is gonna be you giving them an extra week to prepare. The defense is only allowing 17 points a game.
13 last 3.
Shutting down the run game. I think they're only allowing it's less than 100. 88 yards a game. What is Shanahan and the 49ers? What is their number one goal? To run the ball. They're down 2 running backs. It's only so much creativity he has in the running game. It's only so long until Debo goes out. He's going to get hurt because that's just Shanahan's offense is so physical that he wears you down. So that's why they're always banged up. Everybody's always banged up. There's nobody never healthy because it's I don't want to say it's too physical, but it's just so physical. And Purdy is not performing the way he did last year. Ultimately, he's still doing okay, I guess. But 1,600 yards, 9 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. It's not like he's actually performing better than Patrick Mahomes statistically. But the thing about Mahomes is, bro, he just doesn't lose. Like, if the game's close in the fourth quarter, like, that's the shit that Tom Brady used to do. Like, it don't matter if anything happens 1 through 3. If, like, there's a chance in the fourth, and he scored with 13 seconds left.
Yeah, he's weird. He's a different. He's a different kind of guy, bro.
I know this is old now because he's been done it a long time ago. He throws no look passes, like
man,
in game. You know what I'm saying? Like, he throws left-handed, bro. Like, he just does shit that pisses other people off, but he wins. And it's the same thing we said about the Vikings. Outside of them being on the road, you give me the best quarterback in the league, or maybe of our generation, or I'm still Tom Brady, or whatever. An extra week to prepare, and they haven't lost. I'm not betting on a team that hasn't lost to lose.
What are we talking about?
Right? What the fuck are we talking about?
As a dog,
and you know what? They don't have to cover a stupid spread like they always have. And I go back. I think Plus brought this up earlier. Their wins are against San Fran. I'm talking about Seattle, and they gave up 24 points in that game. New England at home blowout, and who was the other game? Of the Jets. Week 1.
Week 1.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. I'll give you the Minnesota loss. Really good team. The Rams, divisional loss. Okay. Is the Cardinals? That's another divisional loss. Divisional loss against the Cardinals.
But you're supposed to beat the Cardinals.
At home in a game you're supposed to win. So there is no way. And I'm not even getting any points. I'm only getting 1. That's only a push. If I like, the only thing I can do is push if they lose by what? Like, no fucking way. Give me the Chiefs money line. I'm kind of leaning under. I don't know yet. I haven't gotten to the window with that. I just feel like an extra week to prepare. That defense is going to shut that shit down. Both your running backs are out. Debo's half-ass healthy. He gets hurt every game. I don't think they're going to score a lot of points. I think Chris Jones is going to be all over, and that D-line is going to be all over Purdy. It's going to be hard. But right now, just give me the Chiefs. It almost feels like they're tricking us and something's going to happen, that the line is so fucked up. Because I don't know how you're getting. When's the last time you got plus money with Mahomes and the Chiefs? That shit don't even make sense to me.
Their 4-0 ATS is a dog dated back to last season. I know they weren't a dog this season. I don't know, but like that's crazy to me too. How so? Like, if CMC's in this game, does that mean the Niners are like favorites? Like, are like big favorites? 3?
I think it'll probably go up to 3.
So CMC's worth 2 points.
Now, I'm interested to see they ruled Jordan Mason officially out yet? Because
I have questionable. I don't have him.
Okay, so when he gets officially ruled out, I think the Chiefs go to the favorite. That's just me. That's why I think we need to jump on it now, bet it now, because when he's ruled out, they're gonna put the Chiefs as a favorite. So they're the dog now. Take them now, bet it, and let Patrick Mahomes bring you home, man.
Yeah.
Can't argue. Won't argue that. All right, man. Let's go ahead and wrap this up and get up out of here. We got one game left. If you follow the show, you already know what that game is, or at least you should know one of the teams. And you know we're talking about Texans. Let me pull it up real goddamn quick. Bam. Texans. They're going on the road, man. They got to take on the Packers. Should be a fucking good one, or I expect it to be anyway. The line is at 2.5. The total is at 47.5. That's a tricky total, I feel like. 47.5. Let's look at the injury report real quick before I let LJ take it away. My bad, wrong. Bam, let's go here. Who is hurt and who is not? Texans, man, it's a long fucking list, and it's been that way for a while. Robert Woods is questionable foot. Jimmy Ward is questionable. Growing wide receiver safety, just in case nobody knows. Tunsil, tackle, questionable. He left last game with an ankle injury. Algier, the linebacker, he's questionable with a knee. Let me scroll down because the list is so fucking long. No, the rest of everybody else is on a Lassier, cornerback, he's out indefinitely. Let's see what Green Bay has. Devontae Wyatt, the tackle, he's questionable, ankle injury. Datavian Wicks, receiver, he left last game with a shoulder injury. That's probably not a concern because now you got Watson back. And what's the other receiver that came back for Green Bay? LJ, who am I talking about?
Who?
Watson came back. Green Bay got
Romeo Dobbs.
So they're not tripping on the receiver that's hurt. Texans Packers on the road in Green Bay, LJ, -2.5, 47.5 is the total. What you got our Texans doing? What's your plays? What you got for us?
Man, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, bro. Texans first half +1.5, -110. I believe they will be in the game early, but I think Green Bay will probably take it in the second half. Just because it's an NFC team, Green Bay is good, but Mixon is a very viable piece of this offense, man.
He is,
and as long as we got Joe
Mixon, what happened when he played last week? Excuse me.
Texans are averaging 35 points in their 2 games with Mixon in the lineup. You know what they're averaging in the 4 games that we don't have Mixon? 18 points. 18 points, bro. That's a huge drop-off to me. So the fact that I think also the Texans' offense is just a little bit better than the Packers' defense is a reason why if we establish the run game, I believe we can stay in this game. But the fact that the passing yards, we're number 4 with 163 passing yards allowed. So it's going to be hard on Jordan Love to pick our defense secondary apart. They're going to have to run the ball. Now, if they can establish the run game on us and keep us on the field with the time of possession, I believe that's how they can wear us down and probably take the game in the end. Plus, not to mention, 8-2 against the spread in the last 10 games is Green Bay. And this is an interesting trend that I found too, Marley. You're going to like this. teams that play the Cardinals in their previous game are 14-5 straight up in their last 19 games. So my theory is that these teams use the Cardinals as like a little punching bag, like a little tune-up game to get ready for the next opponent. And it's been working the last 19 games. So the fact that the Texans are a much viable opponent, the Cardinals, I agree with all that. And also, CJ is 14-5 in his last 19 starts. So the Texans are a good team, man. And when we got our run game, it's going to be hard to beat us. But I'm going to stick to the first half just because we're averaging 16 points in the first half in our last 3 games, 5-1 against the spread in the first half the last 6. Green Bay is only averaging 13 points in the last 3 games in the first half. Not to mention that the Texans are 8-4 against the spread on the road in the first half, going back to last year. So I trust the Texans play good early, and I trust that they stay in the game. I don't want to take the full game because I believe the Packers can win the game. But I just want to stick to the Texans in the first half because that's what they've shown me, that they play well in the first half.
Okay, I got you. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Plus, got anything on this Texan game?
Yeah, I mean, to that same point, like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I came in this, I came on this show and I was trying to explain to you guys like how, hey, look, Texans were not really, up until a couple weeks ago, they were not really covering the spread. And that's broke, so I got to fix it. So give me the Texans on this one because, we not doing that no more. You know what I'm saying? I have them going in the Lambeau, coming out. Go ahead, lock it in, money line. You know what I'm saying?
wow.
Shout out to my boys in the Drake Asylum. And I'll give you why. I think that this is some overreaction here. There's one thing that I can only notice between these two teams. Okay, historically, the Texans not really great against the NFC. All that stuff aside, but if you take a look at these two teams, they have one common opponent, and that is the Minnesota Vikings. The Packers played them close. Yep. The Texans did not. If you take that game away from the whole schedule, who's the better team? Even like according to record, right? Mm-hmm. So I like the Texans in this spot because nobody likes them. In this spot, nobody expects them to come into Lambeau and take this. But like I said, they're a little more battle tested because when you look at Green Bay's schedule, I mean, okay, you're supposed to win against the Colts. You're supposed to win against the Titans. You're supposed to win against the Rams, and you're supposed to win against the Cardinals. Or sorry, no, my bad. Yeah, you're supposed to win against the Cardinals, So I don't see a win here that is convincing enough to me to a team that not only hung in there with Buffalo, like when I look at Houston's schedule, and that's all I'm really going to go off is strength of schedule here, They got the win against the Colts. They beat the Bears. You're supposed to do that. That Jacksonville game was gritty. That Buffalo game was gritty. Mm-hmm. And again, that Minnesota game was just maybe a chance to be more mature. So I'm going to go with the Texans on this one. Throw it down their money line. I want a 6-3 week.
Let me ask you this question, Plus.
Yeah.
D'Amico Ryan said in an interview earlier that this is going to be the best quarterback that the Texans have played, Jordan Love. And he's doing that over Josh Allen. Because I believe Josh Allen was probably one of the best quarterbacks we didn't play. But he's putting Jordan Love over that. Do you agree that Jordan Love is probably the best quarterback we've played so far?
I think that's something to just motivate your locker room. I don't really believe that. You know what I'm saying? But I like that as the look. Like, let's not sleep over here. Like, we're gonna go into Lambeau and take a win. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, man, I wouldn't be surprised. I may jump on the Texans late and take them live. Never know.
And like I said, man, you take that Minnesota game, you take that off the both schedules. There's only one undefeated team, and that's the Texans. So, I mean, the theme is if you haven't really lost, you know what I'm saying? Why are we betting on you to lose, So,
yeah, that's true, but we lost. So let me bring.
Like I said, we got one common denominator, and it's the Minnesota Vikings. I would expect the divisional team to do better. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
Yeah, like if I'm playing a team in my division, I'm gonna do way better than a team that's not even in my conference. You know what I'm saying?
I agree. I'm not
There you
disagreeing.
go.
I'm agreeing.
There you go.
I agree with Nico as well too. I don't know if Jordan Love is a better quarterback than Josh Allen. I'm not ready to say that, but I will.
You do
say
know, and the answer is no.
Yeah. Well, I'm basing off D'Amico Ryan comments, not my personal feelings. He said this is the best quarterback that they face. So I said I'm not ready to say that. Anyway, but this is the best offense from a weapons standpoint that we have faced, especially with Watson and Dobbs coming back, and Jacobs and the running game has been doing their thing as well. Jordan Love has thrown at least 2 touchdowns in 10 straight games. That's an insane stat.
Yes, I've been cashing on it too.
He's thrown 12. He's thrown 12 this season, which is tied for second, and I think he missed 2 games. So
yeah, he did.
Wow.
He's throwing like they are producing offensively.
That boy's slinging it.
That fucking scares me. But however, this game is going to come down to who can run the ball. Or if the Texans, I'll say this, if the Texans can run the ball. If we can run the fucking ball, then our offense is just as potent and we have just as many weapons on the outside with Tank and Stephon. I think that's enough outside. If Mixon is doing his thing with Schultz underneath at tight end, we got enough weapons. I think we have the better quarterback. I think both are good, but to me, and maybe I'm biased, I'm certainly biased. To me, CJ has that shit that we were talking about with who were we talking about earlier? In the fourth quarter, Mahomes. I thought I said somebody else. In the fourth quarter, when a play needs to be made and a drive needs to be had, he delivers. He's delivered time in and time out. And I just believe if this game is close, like LJ said, if the run game is humming and he can keep it close, and you give CJ the ball with a minute or whatever left in the fourth quarter, and we need a drive or we need a field goal, he will deliver. Texans getting pretty good against the pass, so I think we can slow him down. But I'm with LJ. Just give me the first half, man. If it ain't broke, I ain't trying to fix it. I've been cashing with the first half. I stuck with the first half last week. I'm going to ride with the first half again. This is going to be a close game. I do think, though, LJ, if you wait, because I think everybody, like Plus said, nobody expects us to win.
Oh, it might go up to 3.5,
this
boy.
game. We might can get a 3. Or
yeah.
If we can get a field goal, I might ride.
Yeah.
I think this could be a close game. But I'm definitely going to be just show purposes, put me on the first half, man, plus 1.5.
I get it, boys. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I really think we can get that. It's just another thing too. We don't sometimes, man, that we don't play that well on the road. Like last week, man, I'm not saying it was an aberration, but it damn sure wasn't the norm. And we played an inferior team. We did what we were supposed to do. But man, we struggle on the road sometimes. It just don't all come together on the road. Like
we got to take care of the ball too, because the Packers lead the league with 17 takeaways, so they take the ball away.
We just need Mixon. If Mixon,
Mixon playing, we good.
We are absolutely fine. I'm not worried about nothing. If the run game can get going, and Green Bay, I mean, they allow over 100. They're allowing 114. On the ground, so it's not like they just super stiff in the run. And they're good. They're not good in the passing game.
No, they're not.
They're like ranked 23rd in passing. So if we can open it up, which we can, we got the talent.
Play action, baby. I'm telling you.
No, it's definitely a winnable ball game, and if they win this game, then we are looking. Yeah. So buy me a pizza.
Like do you guys think that the Packers are like a top 10 team?
10?
Yeah, they're top 10. They're top 10.
They're good. I have to sit and think, but yeah, I mean, I think
no, they're top 10. Their offense is nice. They're top 10.
The offense is really good.
And do you guys think the Texans are a top 10 team?
Yes, of course. They're top 5.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Texans are a top 5 team.
I agree.
So
Tougher conference, tougher.
All right. And the Packers are a top 5 team as well.
No, they're top 10.
I'm just saying that because the number looks like one is, you know what I'm saying?
No, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying for us, like this is an out of conference game.
Yeah.
We're on the road.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? If it was reverse, if this was a conference game,
No, if we were at home,
you know what I'm saying?
even if they weren't in the conference, if we were at home, I would take the Texans minus 2.5. If they were at home and the lines were the same.
And that's why I think they're not going to give us this 3. You know what I'm saying? They're going to keep it right where it is because it's guys like us having this conversation that's like, you could get it. You know what I'm saying? Or I'll wait to get it.
But the majority of bettors are not like us. The public is heavily emotional. They are going to.
And what are they thinking? Oh, it's Lambeau Field, Packers. All I need is a field goal. I don't want to be on that side. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something feels kind of spooky about that. If you're on the Packers side, you know what I'm saying? And I love the trap. Yeah,
man.
All right, man. Let's recap. That's it, man. That's the docket is done. Court is over.
I think we killed it this week, boys. I'm not gonna lie. I feel excited about it. I actually feel like the money's coming this week, boy.
Let's recap those plays. Plus, he's on Atlanta minus the 3. Dirty Bird is back in full effect. Crazy, insane. Don't know how he came up with it, but some kind of way it made sense. Carolina plus 8 on the road. If you circle the wagons, you will find us all on it. Vikings money line. Stay on that wagon and keep circling. We'll circle around to the Chiefs on the money line. And underdog of the day so far, of the show anyway, Texans money line. Let's go H-time. LJ's looking like up to DC, the Commanders. First half only, minus 4.5. And he's on the over 52. Both of these teams' defenses are terrible. So I like that play. We're all on the Vikings money line. We're all on the Chiefs money line. It looks crazy. I don't know how I wrote it that way, but what that says is Texans first half plus 1.5. That's what it's supposed to be. I don't know what it is, but it's Texans plus 1.5 first half in the Green Bay game. Looks like I got more plays than everybody again. Me and LJ had 9 last week. I'm on Atlanta with plus minus 3. I am with LJ on the Commanders minus the first half, minus 4.5. But I'm also on the full game minus the 8. The Panthers have not. All their losses are by more than 10 points. There's no way they're going to stay within this margin. But okay, we're all on the Vikings money line. I'm also on the under 50 in that game. Divisional game, tough game.
Love
Vikings coming off a bye. Flowers got them playing. We're good. Don't sweat it. We're all on the Chiefs money line. I am with LJ. That's what I wrote for LJ's, but I don't know why his came out that way. Texans first half plus 1.5. It's crazy what happened earlier. I don't know how I got written in that way. But that's all we got for the show. Plus, tell the people where they can find you.
Official No Cap Bets on Instagram, No Cap Bets on YouTube, at 100 plus Mo, if you just want to see me clowning around, you know what I'm saying? And obviously right here every week doing the NFL picks with my boys down south. You already know the vibes.
Yeah. Mr. LJ, God damn it, from Houston.
Yes, sir. Y'all can find me at LJ Sports Media on Twitter. Also on YouTube, LJ from Houston. We're going to break down the week 7 NFL card on Friday with my man Marley. Go through every play.
Oh, card.
official props. Lock everything in for Sunday morning. And of course, catch me every Sunday morning on YouTube. I go give you my 5 best props. Sometimes it's more, usually it's more. But, I give you my 5 best Sunday props for NFL. I wake up early in the morning by 6 o'clock, Central Time, get it in so everybody can watch the video, get their plays in before kickoff at noon. So follow me right there, man. And, of course, every Wednesday here on Brothas N Bets with my man Marley Bets and my man Plus, giving out our, preliminary thoughts and plays for the upcoming week. So,
yes, sir. And as always, it is your boy Marley Bets, and this is
Brothas N Bets, and I shortened it up, so we just gonna keep it sweet, man. May the odds ever be in your favor. And as always, man, let's beat Vegas. We out this motherfucker.
Check it out. Look, we from the bottom, ain't no problems, we gon' make a way. Got no coach on the field, but we making plays. Hey, look, don't worry, we gon' be okay. Hey, look, why?